In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 NBA games happening on January 25th, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Minnesota Timberwolves versus Brooklyn Nets. The NBA season is charging forward towards the highly anticipated All-Star break, and as the excitement builds, the action continues with a clash between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Brooklyn Nets scheduled for Thursday. A noteworthy point is that the Timberwolves will be navigating their second consecutive night of play as they face off against the Washington Wizards on Wednesday. In their recent outing, the Timberwolves faced a setback against Charlotte, losing 128-125 as 13.5-point home favorites, while Brooklyn is coming off a 108-103 defeat to the Knicks as 3.5-point home underdogs. This encounter marks the initial meeting of the two teams in the current season. The Minnesota Timberwolves have been showcasing their prowess, securing victories in 5 of their last 7 games. Eager to maintain their winning streak, they delivered a commendable performance against the Wizards in a 118-107 road triumph on the previous night. Anthony Edwards spearheaded the charge with 38 points and 5 assists, complemented by Karl Anthony Towns' 27 points and Rudy Gobert's impressive 19 points, 16 rebounds, and 4 blocks. Although the Timberwolves faced a sluggish start and trailed at halftime, a dominating third quarter, outscoring their opponents 33-19, paved the way for a comfortable victory. On the flip side, the Brooklyn Nets find themselves mired in a challenging stretch, having suffered losses in 11 of their last 13 games. Seeking to avoid a third consecutive defeat, they fell short against the Knicks in a 108-103 loss. Nickel Bridges led the Nets with 36 points, but the team struggled to find additional contributors, ultimately succumbing to another disappointing defeat despite holding a 10-point lead in the third quarter. The Nets' recent struggles have seen them lose 15 of their last 19 games, revealing vulnerabilities on the defensive end. As the matchup approaches, the Timberwolves continue to deal with roster challenges, notably missing Mike Conley due to illness. Meanwhile, the Nets are monitoring Cameron Johnson's availability, as he is questionable with a left shoulder contusion. The Timberwolves, having played on Wednesday night, face the second leg of a back-to-back, potentially impacting player rotations. Despite a standout performance by Karl Anthony Towns in the previous game, the loss to the Hornets was a setback, and they aim to bounce back against the struggling Nets, who have faltered in 15 of their last 19 games. Acknowledging the youthfulness of the Minnesota Timberwolves and the potential impact of back-to-back games, there is a concern about a drop in focus that could allow the Nets to capitalize on the situation. However, the Nets themselves have struggled over the past month, with a season against the spread record of 20-21-2, anticipating a dominant performance on the glass by the Timberwolves, who rank 6th in rebounding percentage, and expecting a more balanced offensive approach after Towns' heavy shot load against Charlotte. The Timberwolves appear poised to exploit the Nets' recent defensive woes, so the Minnesota Timberwolves to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The challenges for Minnesota extend beyond the game itself, as they enter this matchup on the second night of a back-to-back during an East Coast trip. The fatigue factor may come into play, leading to tired players and potentially prompting the coach to delve deeper into the rotation. Both teams exhibit a deliberate pace of play, with Minnesota ranking 22nd and Brooklyn 24th in pace. Furthermore, the Timberwolves' offensive possessions are the 25th longest in the league, emphasizing their preference for efficient use of the shot clock. Brooklyn's defensive possessions, ranking 22nd in length, indicate their commitment to defending on the perimeter, supported by formidable rim protectors like Claxton and Gobert. The Nets' ongoing struggle raises the possibility of potential changes at the trade deadline if their poor form persists. With both teams falling in the middle of the pack concerning pace, the Timberwolves, leading the NBA in defensive efficiency, are likely to showcase their defensive prowess. Brooklyn's recent collapse against the Los Angeles Clippers, squandering a substantial fourth-quarter lead, underscores their vulnerability, further supporting the expectation of a defensively oriented game. Considering these factors, under the projected total emerges as our full game total pick. Boston Celtics versus Miami Heat. On Thursday, January 25th, the Boston Celtics are set to face the Miami Heat in an exciting matchup. Currently boasting a stellar record of 34-10 this season, the Celtics find themselves at the top of the Eastern Conference, leading the Milwaukee Bucks by a margin of 3 games. In contrast, the Miami Heat hold a 24-20 record, placing them in the 6th position in the East and trailing the Celtics by a considerable 10 games. Adding to the Heat's challenge, they enter this game on a 4-game losing streak. The Boston Celtics' recent performances have been impressive, winning 5 of their last 6 games. In their most recent outing, they secured a notable 119-110 road victory against the Dallas Mavericks. Jason Tatum led the charge with an outstanding performance, contributing 39 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. Jaylen Brown and Jrue Holiday also played pivotal roles, adding 34 and 17 points, respectively. The Celtics dominated both from the field and beyond the arc, shooting 46% overall and connecting on 15 of 46 three-point attempts. Their solid second quarter performance, amassing 41 points, set the tone for the game. Looking ahead, the Celtics have upcoming matchups against the Clippers, Pelicans, and Pacers. Conversely, the Miami Heat find themselves in a challenging phase, currently on a 4-game losing streak. In their recent game against the depleted Memphis Grizzlies, they suffered a 105-96 defeat. Tyler Herro led the team with 18 points, but the Heat struggled offensively, shooting just 40% from the field and 11 of 34 from beyond the arc. Their second quarter output of only 20 points, coupled with 17 turnovers, hindered their ability to mount a comeback until the fourth quarter. Notably, Terry Rozier, in his first game for the Heat, finished with 9 points on 3 of 11 shooting. The Heat's upcoming schedule includes matchups against the Knicks, Suns, and Kings. Notably, the Heat will be missing key players, Kevin Love and James Jaquez Jr., while the Celtics approach the game with a full squad. Despite Miami's recent acquisition of Scary Terry, the circumstances may not favor the home team. The Celtics, known for their high-scoring offense and solid defense, particularly against perimeter shots and rim attempts, pose a formidable challenge for the Heat. Miami, playing in the second game of a back-to-back, may find it challenging to contain the Celtics, especially if Jaquez Jr. remains sidelined. Boston's dominance in the first half of the season is evident in their leading position in the Eastern Conference. With 5 wins in their last 6 games, the Celtics have showcased their prowess on both ends of the court. Their success can be attributed to a strong defense and an ability to score at a high rate. In contrast, the Heat have struggled, losing 4 consecutive games and facing difficulties as a home underdog. As the Celtics maintain their strong form with 5 wins in their last 6 games, the Heat face their worst slump, compounded by the absence of key players. The recent loss to a struggling Grizzlies team highlights the challenges the Heat are currently navigating. Despite their unpredictable nature in the regular season, the Heat's offensive struggles and the back-to-back scenario suggest that the Celtics are poised for victory. While the Miami Heat have a reputation for being an unpredictable team in the regular season, capable of surprising in big games, the recent loss to a G League Grizzlies team raises doubts. Playing their second game of a back-to-back, the Heat's offensive issues may hinder their performance. If the struggles from the previous night persist, the Boston Celtics could secure a convincing win, possibly by a significant margin. Anticipating the game's strategy, Boston is likely to exploit mismatches, stretching Bam Adebayo away from the rim and forcing perimeter defenders like Tyler Herro, Jimmy Butler, and Terry Rozier to cover the outside. Considering these factors, the Boston Celtics to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Examining historical trends, the under has been successful in scenarios where Miami faces a rest disadvantage and when they are considered underdogs. Looking at the Celtics' defensive capabilities, it is expected that they will limit the Heat to fewer than 110 points on the road. Miami's struggles in rim field goal percentage, ranked 26th, align with the strengths of the Celtics' elite rim protectors and solid perimeter defense, ranked 4th in opponent rim field goal percentage and 6th in opponent three-point percentage, respectively. While the Heat are expected to bring defensive energy to prevent a large margin victory for the Celtics, both teams rank high in fouls committed per game, suggesting a game with limited scoring opportunities. Considering the slower pace of play for both teams, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.